Has been altered by word of mouth and the misrepresentation of those who might not have been present when some of the world's most significant events took place. Channelers Barry and Connie Strohm bring through the spirits of those who actually witnessed or took part in these historical events and lets them tell their stories in their own words. Welcome to Channeling History. And now, here are your hosts, Barry and Connie Strohm.
Hello, everybody. I'd like to welcome you to Channeling History. We're the only show where we speak to the souls tonight we're going to speak to the archangels that made things happen. I'm Barry Strohm, your host, and I'll be speaking the words of the archangels tonight.
I'm Connie Strohm, your co-host, and I would like to also welcome you to our show. Tonight, we're going to channel 3 archangels, Michael, Gabriel, and Ariel. We will be discussing the past, present, and future for humans. We will attempt to get some prediction as to how humans are going to be able to evolve in the future. All of our Channeling History shows are available on our YouTube channel. It's in the name of Barry Strohm, and the channel has, at this point, over 670 videos available. In addition to Channeling History, we do 3 other podcasts: Hello Heaven on Friday nights, a weekly message from Jesus on Wednesday mornings, and a Sunday sermon. All of our shows are dedicated to bringing you a better understanding of the afterlife and human history. Please subscribe to our broadcasts and give us a like. It helps with the various search algorithms, excusez-moi. Please feel free to submit any questions through the chat room this evening.
Now, I'm currently finishing my 11th book. The title is going to be Jesus, the Missing Years. The Gospels omit over 30 years in the life of Jesus. Now, Connie and I have been channeling the spirits that lived with Jesus during that period of his life. His true life experiences are absolutely amazing, especially his married life, where he and his wife Toba raised 5 children. My hope is to have the book available in November. Now, we're going to give a short disclaimer. The opinions or statements voiced on our show are the channeled words of the spirits and do not necessarily reflect our opinions, those of the Parax Network, or of our sponsors. And as you all know, before we channel, we all say a prayer of protection. So Connie's going to say the prayer, and then we will begin to channel with our angelic guests tonight.
God, please grant us your wisdom and protection. Grant us the knowledge that we can handle and keep us safe from all things that will harm us. Keep the messages positive and pure love. Keep us safe from our egos. We ask these things in the light of the seen, the unseen, and the honesty of God. Amen.
Okay. Angels have been around since creation. They've observed the evolution of humans as well as other civilizations on other planets. As technologies increase, it seems as though humans are using the new technologies to perhaps assure their own destruction. Now, we will be asking some very direct questions of the angels, and we will be using a roundtable format. So tonight, we're going to be speaking with Michael, Gabriel, and Ariel. Michael's the angel of protection. Gabriel gives advice and helps souls advance in heaven. And Ariel is often referred to as the lioness of God. So she is probably going to know what he's thinking right now. So, Constance, let's begin with Archangel Michael.
Okay, going back in time, what characteristic of souls do you believe has caused the failure of the great civilizations on other planets?
Michael, soul energies are the same on all the planets. So souls have lived on many, many different planets through the years. And on some planets, they have learned some very bad lessons. Many planets do not learn about coexistence. And souls, no matter where they are, have free will. If they are belligerent, if they fight with each other, then the odds are pretty good that the future of that planet is endangered. Gabriel. Throughout time, we have tried to teach souls very, very important lessons. All souls we attempt to teach the same lessons, to coexist, to love, to help one another, not to show anger, not to show hatred. Many souls refuse to learn those lessons, and those souls wind up on various planets, and during certain time periods, many of the souls that have not learned those lessons have wind up on the same planet. Since they do not know how to get along, it is a lesson for destruction. I would think that the most difficult challenge that all souls face is that of having free will. Ariel. God has attempted to channel all souls throughout time. Since the very beginning, when soul energies were created, they had to learn. In the beginning, there was much to learn. But through the billions of years, many lessons were learned by souls. Some learned the lessons that God tried to teach them, and some simply refused to learn those lessons. We would make up life plans for them, and they would tell us that they would live according to the commands. But when they got back on those planets, they used their free will to do whatever they wanted to do. There is a great similarity in evil on all of the existing planets. Some planets have learned to totally control evil, and some planets have not. So it is I think the freedom of choice of souls is truly what has created most of the problems. The ability of these souls to be influenced by evil energies has been the downfall of many planets through the millennia. Connie?
Okay. Do you believe humans will ever be able to survive in the future?
It will be quite difficult for them. This is Gabriel speaking. It will be quite difficult for them. I try to come to them and I try to give them information. When I leave, you find out that they do what they wish to do. When individual souls look out only for themselves, it is a recipe for disaster. Today you're seeing many humans that are simply looking out for themselves. They use their free will for self-betterment. They don't help others. And most of all, they succumb to evil energies. There are many humans today that have no consideration for life. These individuals do not care if they kill others or destroy the lives of others. And those that they're trying to destroy will try to protect themselves. And that basically is how many wars come about. I honestly cannot tell you for sure whether humans will be able to survive in the future, because it is entirely up to their free will. Michael. I do my best to give individuals information that will protect them. I can step in and influence the way things take place to help protect them. And we are especially protective of individuals that do great things for others. Individuals that are following God's commands, living a good life, doing what they can to help others. These are individuals that we want to protect. These are individuals that we want to extend their lives. Sadly, today, half the people don't believe in God. Many people are drawing away from organized religions. Many people are basically doing what they want to do. Many people are worshiping under the cross of abortion. That is a dangerous, dangerous place to be. You see, there will be a time, if humans do not learn to follow God's commands, that he will simply tell us not to interfere with humans and allow them to do what they wish. The odds are pretty good that if that takes place, then you will find that human evolution will be in great danger. Ariel. There's nothing God wants more than for humans to exist. He wants humans to prosper, and he wants humans to be able to join the highly civilized cultures on other planets. Humans have an immense amount to learn, and if they do not learn these important lessons of coexistence and love, then the odds on them being able to survive become very slim. When more people believe in God and pray for guidance, more people receive the good guidance that they should be getting to help them with their lives. When more people draw away from God, then less people are receiving the guidance that they should have. So you see, it all comes down to how humans make their own decisions. If in the future they decide that God truly exists and they ask for the guidance of us, of the angels, of God, of the saints, then they will receive great information. If they draw away from God, then they will be on their own, and in all probability, life on this planet will stop. Life has stopped on many other planets because of that. So you see, it will not be a unique experience if humans do fail.
What characteristic of souls do you believe has been the main cause for the failure of all great human civilizations throughout history?
Many of the ancient this is Gabriel once more. Many of the ancient civilizations have failed because they used their free will to worship many different idols. They decided that a single God did not exist, and they worshiped all of these different idols. So they naturally did not ask for good guidance, and they felt that military might was the most important thing. The emperors of Rome, for instance, wanted to capture all of the countries surrounding them. All of the great countries succumbed to other military powers. That desire to conquer others is the main instinct that has created the downfall of many civilizations. Ariel. Many people drew away from God. When they do that, they enslave others, they create wars, they do many things. If you create a war, you may pick a fight with somebody much stronger than you are and lose that war. Throughout human time, many wars have been won and many wars have been lost. There's always a winner, there's always a loser in war. But the winner usually goes on to find somebody that will defeat them. So you see, trying to conquer others and to make others follow your will by force is self-destructive and throughout time has led to the destruction of others, of all of the major civilizations. Wanting what the other person has, that is one of the most dangerous traits of humans. Michael. There are times that you will see two warring factions come together, and neither of them are truly in pursuit of God's ways. Both of them might be trying to gain power and to expand their countries. So God will step back and he will allow that war to take place. Generally, the larger a country, the more the odds that parts of that country can be taken over by other militaries of their neighbors. In ancient times, there was really very little attempt made to coexist and get along with your neighbors. The Romans felt they were superior. The Greeks felt they were superior. And countries, in the end, were able to conquer them. The main problem with humans is that they fail to understand that all souls are created equal and that they must absolutely learn to live in peace. Today, you're having many of the same problems. Countries are totally unwilling to live in peace. Many of the democracies have got weapons of mass destruction, and they threaten to use them if another country uses a weapon of mass destruction upon them. It is very sad when civilizations only live in peace because they must threaten the total destruction of anyone that attempts to destroy them. Humans must learn truly that it is only through the teachings of God that they can exist. Many individuals, as character traits, believe they know more than God, or they're convinced that God truly does not exist. Until everyone accepts the presence of God, the civilizations of today will be in danger of long-term positive evolution.
Will God or extraterrestrials intervene to help end the evil on Earth?
Michael, we will help intervene on people that are defending themselves. When a country such as Russia attacks another country, we will not step in and try to protect the aggressor. We will step in and we will help the people that are attacked make decisions. We will help them save lives, and we'll do all of the things that we can to save that country. Today, there are many people that are aggressors. There are many people that try to just simply live in peace. But evil is growing at an incredible rate. As wealth increases, many people draw away from helping others. As many political parties decide that they cannot cooperate any longer, many governmental structures are in danger of succeeding as they did in the past when cooperation was real. There are times today that we will not intercede with aggressors or with evil countries to protect them. We will take measures to advise and help protect innocent and God-believing people. Gabriel. The extraterrestrials are very active on your planet, even though many of you do not realize this. They have been helping countries for ages, for hundreds and hundreds of years, and they have been doing their best to lead humans towards evolving into a peaceful culture. God believes that humans are truly reaching a tipping point, but he will not interfere with the free will. He will do certain things to assure that those that believe in him are assured peaceful lives, but he will not do many shall we say, large events that would affect the existence of mankind. Whether humans exist far into the future is strictly a decision that humans will have to make. Ariel. As we watch from over here, we see that evil is growing in many, many places. We are seeing that evil is growing faster than good, and that is a very, very bad thing for human evolution. God will make more active decisions in the near future in order to help humans. I know that he will allow free will to be the main guide for human evolution. But when people ask for help, I think that God will take a more active and positive role towards bringing those people help that will defeat evil. God also controls the actions of the extraterrestrials. They are actually more inclined to follow his instructions than humans. There may be a time that he instructs the extraterrestrials to educate certain humans more rapidly so that they can do more to offset the evil in the world. I do not believe that such actions are inevitable in the near future, but I do believe that if humans continue this journey towards evil and self-destruction, that God will influence the decisions that humans make in the future. But I do not see that taking place immediately. Humans must be allowed to solve their own problems.
How do you believe humans must change to survive the future?
Michael. Humans have got to learn that wars are terrible. When two countries go to war, many of their young men are killed, their infrastructure is destroyed, and generations will pay the price for that war. Individuals in many countries have got to understand that dictatorships will never lead that country to a place where they need to be to become a true member of an organized society. Russia is a dangerous country because it is a dictatorship, and they have taken away the rights of the people. Many people in that country live in pure poverty. Many don't even have electricity. North Korea, Iran, China. There are many examples today of countries where the citizens basically live in a type of bondage. They have got to gain their freedom and establish some type of governmental structure that can lead them into the future. Humans, I think one of the most important things that they must do to exist into the future is to understand truth and when they're being lied to. If they're being lied to, they must accept that something must change if they're going to truly lead good lives. Gabriel. We try to instruct humans into how they should live their lives. Sadly, there are billions of people that are living under autocratic rule. Those individuals must be given guidance in some manner. They must be helped. But there must be a time that they create a governmental structure that gives them the equality that all humans deserve. All souls are truly equal, but all humans are not. Humans that succumb to evil and don't follow the words of God, they will make decisions that will not allow them to advance and find happiness. It will not be until humans change and truly follow the wishes of God that they will truly advance into the future. Ariel. God has been very patient with humans. He returned and lived life as a human to understand their emotions, their loves, how they made their decisions. He saw human grief and he saw human brutality. When Jesus walked the earth, he saw basically everything that was taking place in the Roman Empire. He learned much in his travels, and he learned how to love a family. He knew how to face death. Humans have got to learn how to face many different types of decisions. They absolutely must learn to face the guidance that we are capable of giving them. If you truly believe that it is okay to take the life of a baby in abortion, then you are truly not understanding the words of our loving God. No one has the right to take the life of another. All souls are equal, and all souls, through that equality, have the right to find happiness, to love, and to find life. Humans must learn the great equality of all souls. Once they truly understand that, they will be able to advance.
What role do you believe extraterrestrials will play in the future of humans?
Michael, extraterrestrials have played a large role through the development of humans. In ancient times, they would visit the planet, and the ancients would accept their help. They learned many things from extraterrestrials through the thousands of years of human development. The extraterrestrials taught them how to control fire, how to cook their foods, how to live in communities, how to get along. But the extraterrestrials throughout time have had to operate within restrictions. They were told what they could teach and what they could not, and they were told how they must interact with humans. In more modern times, the extraterrestrial influence has become much more secretive, but they have helped you advance with certain technologies. Sadly, they taught you how to defend yourself with nuclear weapons in order to save the country from Germany and Japan. Now many countries have these weapons, and it has created a situation of great risk for all countries. But they will continue to play a large role in the future. I will be present when disclosure becomes more obvious. I will try to make humans understand they have little to fear. They should not wage war upon these extraterrestrials, that will have a terrible effect, and that they should learn that they are here to help them. But there will be a time in the very near future where extraterrestrials are going to play a very large role in the development of humans. Gabriel. We have been trying to prepare humans for more interaction with extraterrestrials in the very near future. They have been around on this planet long before humans walked upon it. They have attempted to teach humans many things, and they have succeeded in many ways. There are certain extraterrestrials that have assumed the identities of humans and have lived among human races for hundreds of years. There are many people that are actually descendants of humans and do not realize it, or of aliens and do not realize it. There's much taking place around you that you do not see, since aliens have access to dimensions you cannot see. So there will be a time that they will attempt to educate you. The lesson you must learn is not to use these advanced weapons to hurt others. These advanced tools, computers far beyond your imagination. There are many things that you will learn in the future from extraterrestrials. That is a fact. Ariel. God wants humans to advance. He loves humans. He has shown great patience towards them. He has done many things through the years to assure that humans can advance. He has had extraterrestrials visit the planet to teach him important lessons. In the future, he will use extraterrestrials to help humans advance to the point that they can travel the stars. There will be a time far in the future that life will not be able to exist on Earth. All things die, including planets, suns, all types of life. So humans will need to advance, and they will probably have to reestablish on another planet in order to exist. There is literally no way that they can do that without the help of extraterrestrials. So yes, they will supply great aid in to future generations.
Yeah. We're told that there are civilizations on other planets that have learned the lessons of survival and have been flourishing for millions of years. Will each of you name one of those civilizations and tell us about their secret to success?
Michael, one great example of a planet that has learned to live in peace is the planet Robe. Barry has channeled a spirit of a blue alien from that planet. They have gone through thousands and thousands of years of change. They have seen their atmosphere change. They have been forced to live in cities underground. But through all these times, these people have understood the words of God. Jesus had visited them in 2 different lifetimes, and he gave them much advice, and they follow his advice. They live together in peace. They're incredibly advanced, and they do travel to Earth. And in the future, they will play a large role in human development. Ariel. The Palladians have been present on this earth for many, many years. They are shapeshifters, and they have been able to adopt the shape of humans so that a human does not recognize them as being who they are. They have tried to lead people. There are Palladians in government. There are Palladians in research. They try to do many things to help humans advance. So I would say that Palladians have played a huge role in human existence. Gabriel. There are many types of what you refer to as reptilians that visit your planet. In the past, reptilians have been a more warlike culture. They have learned their lessons. They know that they are under strict controls of the galactic community and governing agencies. Reptilians continue to visit. Most of them stay in the dimension where humans cannot see them because humans fear their shape. There are stories from the past where reptilians have done things that should not have been done to humans. For instance, they have abducted people and harmed them. But this is all of these problems have been addressed by the community, and the reptilians will actually play a fairly important role in the future of humans.
We have a question from one of our listeners. Do the Palladians that are on Earth know that they're Palladians?
Gabriel. Some do, some don't. There are families that have existed for hundreds and hundreds of years. And they have become more and more human-like. And they have reached a point that they do not even know that they are of alien descent. Palladians will continue to adapt to human societies. There are newly arrived Palladians that have full knowledge of who they are. Generally, they are the ones that will work in research areas. They will be doctors. They will be the ones that will lead in technologies. When full disclosure comes, they are the ones that will work more closely with the other extraterrestrials. But there are Palladians that do not know of their descendants, and there are those that are well aware.
Why are humans so warlike?
Michael. Well, their capability for waging war has certainly kept me busy through the years. I would be much happier if I could just protect people from accidents or from falling off cliffs or whatever dangers come before them naturally. But sadly, so much of my time is taken up in war. War is utter stupidity. It destroys the young generation. The young males are maimed. Many suffer for the rest of their lives. Many have mental dangers that no one sees, PTSD. Humans are warlike, I think, simply because they want what the other person has. They are never happy with what they have. They think that they should be able to take more. That comes when people don't believe in God. The aggressors are usually atheistic countries. They may be countries where the religion is totally controlled by the state. But generally, the fact that humans don't believe in God is the greatest reason that they are so warlike. Ariel. I must agree with Michael here. If you listen to the commands of God, you would not show hatred or anger, and you would not want what the other person has. You would believe in the great equality of souls. And the taking of things from others would not be a necessity for you to find happiness. If you understand the true happiness of life and the importance of how you live your life for when you get to heaven, then you would truly understand that being warlike is not a trait that will make you more godlike. Gabriel. I watched as humans advanced, and I watched as they learned to do different things. They would learn to make tools and raise crops, but there'd always be individuals that did not want to do the work, that wanted what the people that did work had. They would raid the villages, raid the farms, perhaps wage war. As humans became more adept at violence, their weapons increased in what they could do, how many people they could kill with a single shot. Many things changed through the years as humans developed. As humans learned to live in cities, they became in much more close contact with each other. People would learn how to take more advantage of individuals. They would enslave them. They would do many things to them. But I think it always comes down to greed. I'm defining greed as wanting what the other person has, and you're willing to do whatever you would do to take that item from that person. So humans are still very, very warlike. Humans are in much danger every day of their lives. There are weapons that can destroy all of humanity. And until the leaders understand that those weapons must be destroyed, then they will remain, shall we say, a greedy culture.
Which extraterrestrial species do you believe will play the largest role in helping the evolution of humans in the future?
Ariel. I believe it will be the Pleiadians, since they are the most numerous on your planet. They've been very helpful in the past, and I'm sure they will be very helpful in the future. They show no animosity towards humans, and for thousands of years, they've only wanted to help them. So I believe that they will probably be the most helpful. Michael. I agree that Pleiadians will play a huge role in the future of human development. I also think, believe it or not, that the reptilians have great abilities. They know many, many things, and I think that they've come a long way in understanding that they have to follow the commands of what God tells them to do. I believe the reptilians will probably be very, very active in some of the more technical aspects of helping humans. Gabriel. Many people have seen what they refer to as the little whites. They are actually a very, very advanced culture. They come from within the constellation of Orion, and they are very, very intelligent. I believe that after disclosure, the humans won't fear the little whites as much as some of the others that will come to help. And I think the little whites from Orion will actually be quite helpful in the future.
Each of you archangels play a very different role with humans. What do each of you plan to do to help humans advance?
Michael. I plan to just help the good people live. My job is protecting them, and I know full well which humans are helping others, are living by God's orders. I know which ones are sharing their wealth, and I will do my best to protect those people. By protecting good people and allowing the evil people to their own devices, not allowing evil to take over all good people, they will make many bad decisions. And I think that by just simply helping those that ask for help because they have a firm foundation of faith, I think that would be the best way to generate positive evolution for humans. Gabriel. I'm going to make a point of giving the best advice to individuals that love God and are helping others. Many individuals are on the edge. They ask for advice on what path to take, what job, many, many things in their lives. If an individual is not advancing in his love of God and helping others, then I would not be as inclined to give them advice that would give them control over others. I will help them live as best they can, and I will try to lead them to God. If I can do that, then I think I will have done a lot to help human evolution for the future. Ariel. I am going to simply try to bring the message of God to as many people as possible. That includes people of great faith, but it also includes atheists and agnostics. You see, an agnostic is on the fence, so if I try to help them and have events happen that they see are God-related, there's a good chance that I might be able to convert them. The dyed-in-the-wool atheists, there's probably very little I can do. They are just simply going to have to wait until their day of passing to understand their great mistake. But I can bring special messages. God has sent people back to try to speak to the people, to bring his message of peace and love. I will support those people to the best of my ability. I know that bringing the words of God to as many as possible is one of the true answers to converting as many people as possible.
What do each of you think has to take place to have peace in the Middle East? It's been terrible for thousands of years.
Michael. In order for there to be peace in the Middle East, there has got to be an understanding that helping wage war in the Middle East will lead to economic destruction. Iran, for instance, has many parties that wage war in their name. By having those parties do the violence, Iran has remained out of it. I would suggest that the democracies of the world do all that they can to economically destroy Iran. If you destroy their economy, then they will not be able to help the other people. As long as people do not understand the true evil that exists in countries like Iran, then there will be little that they can do. Ariel. The people of Iran are wonderful people. Their government is the immense problem. The people of Iran have got to be strengthened so that they establish a government that will stop creating the violence in the Middle East. There is so much hatred. There are many people in the Arab community that just simply have hated Jews for generations. They must understand that this has got to stop. Even though they may dislike them, they've got to learn to get together. They have to find peace, and they have to be able to live together in peace. We can direct the Jewish people from over here to help support the Arab communities, to give them jobs. We can do many things, but the hatred has got to end. Gabriel. We have been trying to advise them on the road to peace. Every time we make progress, individuals of hatred step in and create problems for that progress. The countries of true hatred, they have got to find out that their futures are endangered by the democracies and peace-loving countries of the world. A boycott. If no one bought from Iran, they did not buy their oil, whatever, then economically they would fail. In the short run, it would be difficult for the people. But when they established a true government, the democracies would step in and help. Look what has happened to Japan after World War II. The enemy stepped in and created economic powers. South Korea. The democracies had the ability to build great strength in countries when those countries play by the rules and show the love that they should show and the desire, especially the desire to coexist.
Angels have been around since their creation, so each of you have seen civilizations succeed and fail. What do each of you think is the probability for humans to succeed, and why do you think that is the chance of success?
Michael, if humans do not change, I would give them a 50-50 chance to exist in the long term. Their weapons of mass destruction are the great danger to them. Ariel, if countries and people do not adapt the teachings of God, then I would give them a 0% of being able to exist into the long term. They need to know that only through God can they succeed. Gabriel, I am not as pessimistic as Ariel is. I believe that 50-50 is a realistic chance. I think that humans have the true ability to change, but they must start doing this immediately before evil totally takes over. The next 2 generations will determine the future of humans. If they learn to love God in those 2 generations, they will have 100% success. If they turn away from God and the vast majority of people follow evil, they will have a 20% chance of success. It is all up to them.
Okay. I would like to thank you for joining us this evening. Do each of you have a final message for us?
Ariel, it is only through understanding and believing in God that human evolution will be able to advance and will be able to assume its role in the galaxy. Humans have the ability. They must teach the young, they must show love, they must learn coexistence, and they must not envy what their neighbor has. God has laid out the path. All the humans have to do is follow it. Gabriel, I want each of you to understand that there is truly much hope. Do not believe that evil can win. Do not believe that evil will win. believe that faith in God can overcome all of these problems that you see before you. If you simply elect governmental officials that believe in God, truly believe in God, follow his commands, if you search out the truth, if you follow what God wants you to follow, then all will be well. It's that simple. But if you follow lives of hatred, if you don't believe in God, listen to evil, then humans will fail to evolve in the way that God wants them to. It is all up to each and every human to make their own decisions.
Okay, I'd like to again thank you all for coming through for us tonight. We know that angels are very real and hope others believe in them as well. The information we discussed tonight is very valuable for anyone that wants to understand our modern world and our future survival. Many are trying to remove history from our schools, and the past is always the key to the future.
Connie and I started a new podcast called Hello Heaven. We broadcast it on YouTube, Facebook Live Fridays at 6 p.m. Pacific Time. We interview listeners who have supernatural events happen to them, currently looking for guests that have near-death experiences. If you'd like to appear on the show, send an email to me at onestrohm@gmail.com and tell us your story. We'd love to hear from you. It is very, very important that we bring your words to others. If you'd like to learn more about the Archangels, and they were wonderful tonight, my 10th book, Modern Messages of the Archangels, is available for purchase. It's on Amazon. It's in softcover, audiobook, hardback, ebook. Any way you would like to have it, it's totally available. It's a great book. Connie and I channeled over 20 archangels through the years, and if you liked what you heard tonight, you're going to love what appears in the book.
Thank you all for joining us tonight on Channeling History. We always try to bring you the truth about history and the afterlife by speaking to the souls that lived the events. Tonight, we spoke with angelic energies. Please tell your friends about our shows. You'll be doing them a favor.
All of our shows are available on our YouTube channel. I think we're over close to 675 of them at this time. They're all free. When you go there, please subscribe to the channel. Get others to subscribe. We try to reach as many people as we can, and the only way we really know that we're reaching them is if they click that subscribe button. Leave a comment. I try to get back to you. I try to read as many of them as I can. Your comments are very important. We love hearing from you. We have some wonderful people that follow our shows. We have some great people that are in our Facebook group, Words of God Then and Now. The only reason we do this is to try to help others. Hopefully we do succeed in that. Sometimes we wonder just how many people we reach with our shows. I know that God wants us to do this. I know this is what he's chosen Connie and myself to do. And we try to do the best we can. I know that many of you people think that we cannot possibly be speaking to angels, but we really did. So anyway, we hope you enjoyed our show tonight. Thank you for listening. Please join us on Sundays at 6 p.m. Pacific Time on the Para-X Radio Network.
Thanks for listening to Channeling History. Tune in again next week for another electrifying episode, as we never know who will make an appearance or who will come through the portal. Any rebroadcast or other use of this program without explicit permission is strictly prohibited. Copyright 2020. Our Story Begins by Kevin MacLeod, licensed through Incompetech.com.